What's up, guys and gals, and welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Project Zomboid. My name is Splattercat, and I'm happy to have you here today as we hang out for a little while and set some shit on fire. That's right, we're revisiting my old 7th grade habit of lighting things on fire with that lighter I found in the gutter. So, let's light this thing here. We need... Wait, you gotta have... Okay, so hold on. Let me grab some kindling real fast. It wants me to have sticks or something. I don't know. So, Come Sail Away With Me there. That's the only Styx song that I really know. I've never been a big Styx fan, so unfortunately... Oh, good. It doesn't let the stick count. That's unfortunate. So why doesn't the stick count as kindling? Well, I've got a whole bunch of fuel in there. This thing's probably going to go up like a big old barrel of kerosene. However, we need some more sticks. Let me go find a stick real fast. What is that? That plant looks all kinds of freaky, like it came out of the jungle or something. What is this? Hold on. Go forage that jungle plant. What is it? Did we get papayas? Perhaps mangoes. We got a big ass... It's a rock plant. We got a rock. Hooray! We got ourselves a rock. Just what I always wanted. I found myself a rock. My life is so complete. Maybe I need twigs to start a fire. Maybe that's what it was. There we go. Grab some twigs. That'll help out. Now that we got some twigs, let's start a fire because we caught a fish. We actually got a small catfish, a 23 centimeter catfish. That's not that small, though. And then the big perch right there. We got a 53 centimeter perch, which is a pretty goddamn big fish. It wouldn't fit in any of our bags, and so I figured we'd be able to munch on that little bastard for a while after this. Let's go ahead and light this thing on up. I don't know how far away I need to stand this time, but I'm gonna do my best to stay my hell. I mean, I don't want to set myself on fire, so I'm gonna stay the hell away. I don't want to get burned again. I think this is a safe distance, so we should be alright. I'm going to throw the big perch on there, and let's just wait and see how long it takes to cook. And then the other thing, I was going to throw the catfish on there, too, so that they were both cooked up. Save me a little bit of time here. So the catfish is there. It's getting heated up. It's going to be ready in just a moment. Oh, I'm so stoked about this dinner. Fresh fish is pretty good. I enjoy myself a good trout or a salmon every now and again. I'm not a fish person. I didn't grow up around any bodies of water or anything like that, but I do enjoy like a lemon pepper salmon or something every now and again. Pretty decent. I mean, hell, you could just butter the thing and throw it in some tinfoil and throw it on a grill, and that'll be perfectly fine with me. But I'm not a fish person. I always take like beef or chicken over fish for some reason. Just never been that into it. Alright, so we'll grab you now. Once again, this is a big-ass fish. That one's now burning, so let me grab it too. And we're actually carrying around... I'm going to eat you real fast. So, nom 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 nom. That didn't help out hardly at all. With the big perch, I think we could probably just munch on this guy over the course of the next day or two. I mean, that's a lot of meat right there. If you look at how much it weighs, I think it weighed... How much do you weigh, sir? How much do you weigh? 9.72 kilos. So, yeah, that's a pretty damn big fish. I mean... Reasonably big. My metric is weak, but I don't know. I like that it's worth quite a bit of health, too, if you eat it. So if I put that back right there and we eat a quarter of it, what's that going to do for me? Ooh, that put me all the way up to full. Well, nice job, buddy. I'm just going to keep you in my back pocket. Does she look more muscled now than she used to? I feel like we're turning into that gym girl who's just like, ugh. She's all like yoked out, but after like a week and a half of chopping down trees and barricading windows, you'd figure she'd be getting pretty buff at this point, especially since she hasn't taken any kind of like rest or break. She just does it non-stop. How long does this burn for, and is it safe to leave it burning? That would be the next part that I would wonder about. Oh, we could put it out. Okay. There we go. Put it out. Can I light it again? Like, how do you know how much fuel is inside this thing? I'm going to load up some sticks. Does that sound all right? I'm going to load as many sticks into this thing as I can. And also, is our bandage dirty again? Our bandage is not. Our stomach is full. We're feeling warmed by the fires, the pleasantries that nature has provided for us. Let's go ahead and go to sleep full of the river's bounty. And by that, I don't mean we pulled, like, paper towels up out of the river. I realize river water is disgusting. There's nasty things out there. Believe me, I've been to the Delta. I know. It's nasty. I go out to the Delta all the time, and every time I swim in it, I'm just like, yeah, this can't be sanitary. There's just, I know that there's all kinds of, I'm just one amoeba in my eyeball away from dying. I know I am. I just know I am, but I do it anyways. I do it anyways because, hey, the burn is gone. Hooray! We are no longer suffering a scathing burn along the left side of our body. Well, the next thing we could do, let's eat another quarter of this little guy. Nom 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 nom. Take our weight down a little bit further to keep our stomach nice and full. That'll keep us watched out for over the course of the next day or two as well. Now the question becomes, what do I do with this guy? So let's say for a second that I put him in there. How much weight does that save me? Quite a bit. But I would love, absolutely love, let's maybe think about the prospects. So what did I do with my bucket of water? I thought I had a bucket of water around here somewhere. Did I store that somewhere else, or did I mess this up? Because I would swear that I had a bucket. Huh. That is problematic. I thought I had a bucket of water around here. We've got a kettle and we've got some other stuff, but no bucket. Well, let's go back to our old house real fast and see maybe if I left it there? That's all that I could think of, because I know we had a bucket at one point or another. Maybe it's at our other house or the one in the city. I don't know. In the city of West Point, we left our bucket. We left our bucket. Ooh, kitten fart. Disgusting. Buddy, you gotta stop that right now. Ooh, you're gonna be cracking those off. You gotta give me a warning or something. I'm down here just like talking and hailing a lot. I wasn't ready. The kitten's looking at me like, right now. Oh, we left a bunch of stuff in here, didn't we? Okay, well, let's get some of the packets going right here. Yeah, there we go. Yep, we got packets like a web hosting service, or a web hosting service. I can say words right now. I can accomplish words, damn it. We got matches. Yes, indeed. We got a first aid kit right there that I think that I was a little bit foolish for leaving behind. The lighters are probably pretty useful at this point too, although I don't know how many of those you have to have in order to functionally like keep working. Let's go over here. We got batteries. I could put those. I'm not gonna use the batteries for right now. We got a little bit of wire, a little bit of sugar, a little bit of DACA. I think I'll probably, there it is. There's the bucket with water. How heavy is that gonna make me? Oh, it's not that bad. We're good. Let's take the bucket. And it looks like it carries a little bit more than the pot that we were already carrying along with us. Don't get caught with a pot in your pocket when you're running around with the cops. They get all crazy. They'd be like, bucket, bucket, bucket. You'd be like, no. They'd be like, he's got a weapon. Officer down. You'd be like, no, officer, no. My pockets are full of pot. That is true. But however, it's a pot of water. It's not illicit. Please don't shoot me. Let's see here. Oh, I left my rock over there. I was going to say, what is that right there? It's a rock. There's a dead zombie in the bushes over there just enjoying his death. I'm like, yep, the afterlife's actually pretty cool if you got a good view. This is a restful spot. It's shady all the time with these bushes over my face. I've got this real problem with earwigs now that I can't get them off of me. They keep going into my eye and coming out my nose and all kinds of weird shit. But you know what? It comes with the territory. Beetlejuice and all that. Bugs everywhere. We're dead. The bugs go in. The bugs go out. The worms play pinochle on your snout and all that kind of stuff. So if I water you, let's just say for a moment, we're full up. Hold on. I got to organize some inventory here. All right, so let's just say for a moment that I put these in here, and we take the sticks and we throw those in there too because they take up a lot of space. Kindling, sure, why not? It might actually be a really wise idea to make a kindling pile somewhere so that I can just like run and grab it straight out of there if I need it. On this side, let's go ahead and continue eating. We're going to eat another quarter of this guy, and that leaves us with 1 quarter remaining, so we'll probably eat the rest tomorrow. Actually, if you could catch enough fish, I think you'd be going pretty solid. Oh, no, that was the last of it right there, wasn't it? Was it? Oh, no, it moved it back to my inventory. Okay, never mind then. Well, in our junk drawer, we'll throw in the first aid kit. We got the glue, couple of lighters right here. If we ever get sad, I'm going to eat the lollipop. Oh, never mind. Yeah, I was going to say, it should give you unhappiness minus. It should be just like chocolate or whatever else. We got some matches right there. I think I'll probably sow a bit more seed in this field. Giggity. So let's throw some strawberry out there. Looks like we're officially out. And so let's take all these packets, and I'm going to break as many of them open as I can. So let's open all of them, and that'll give us some more potato seed. Oh, look, the potato plants are bigger. Cool. I feel really, really satisfied right now. I don't know why I feel satisfied, but I do. And then coming up with some kind of rotational crop system, which is what I'm doing right now, will guarantee that we always have food. I've heard that the game has seasons and things like that now too, where crops will stop growing, and so it's a little bit of like a don't starve mechanic, where during the winter or whatever else you can't actually get food. But for right now, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to focus really heavily on stockpiling things. The kitten has become incredibly fascinated with walking on the keyboard, and in fact, last night he broke a recording. It made me very sad. It was the first time I've ever been upset with the kitten. I'd be like, you broke my recording, man. He broke my keyboard too. He walked on it, and I didn't think that would hurt the keyboard. And apparently, there's such a thing as actually like putting too much input into the operating system, and he just sat there like on the keys for a while until the keyboard just like stopped working, and it was making like this weird Windows clicking, dinging noise permanently, and I just had to restart it. I don't know. It was weird. Let's go ahead and plant some potatoes, shall we? Yup. Sharecropping like crazy, getting this thing going on like a medieval peasant. This is my jam right here. This is actually really, really relaxing for me. I don't know why. For some reason, throwing seed into the earth makes me happy. There it is. Fill that mud with all of my seed Indeed, we shall grow the potatoes that we need. And in this corner, someday, maybe we will grow weed. Maybe. I mean, society has ended, so what do you got to worry about anymore? Just be domed the entire time. I mean, it's really one of the only medicinal herbs we have left at this point. Do you know what to harvest out there? I don't know what to harvest out there. I'd probably rub the wrong thing on my face or something, end up dead. Okay, so we got all those planted. Everything's looking really, really solid right now. Got the bucket of water. I don't know what the difference is right here. And so why, if I put... I'm not sure how this affects anything, but you know what? Things are going pretty well right now with the crops. It looks like they're hanging in there, and they're not like falling apart or anything. So I'm just going to go out of my way to water as many of them as I can, because thirsty plants need love. They also need music. They found that. I think they watched that. I think they did it on Mythbusters or something like that, if music makes plants grow faster or something like that. And they found that the heavy metal plants made it go faster or something like that. I don't know. I remember it being slightly humorous. The plants that got to rock the entire time got done the quickest. The bucket is officially out of water. We watered about half of those. Debating the best way to get this done right now. And also sort of wondering, if I get rid of that, that took like strikingly longer than I expected. My God. Okay, so we'll eat the rest of the perch for right now. That's going to be minus 20 hunger, so we should be really, really solid right there. That'll also clear out a ton of the space that we've just been wasting the entire time. I'm going to grab some buckets. I'm going to grab the kettle, basically everything that I can. We're going to go back to the house, and we're going to try and find some more receptacles down here. We could definitely use a watering can. That might make this a little bit more efficient. I don't know. There's a specialized pot that you could fill with water, and I don't know if it's more efficient, less efficient, or whatever else, or if you get more waterings out of it, but I feel like bringing it along might be a better plan. And so since I normally just run around willy-nilly with no plan, this time I'm going to try something different. We're going to plan this thing out. Go to the house real fast, and if we can jerk anything out of these cabinets, there's a couple of pots of water in there. Yeah, sure, why not? Throw those into the backpack. Alright, so now that we got that, what's weighing this down right here? Is it just the water? Yeah, it's got to be just the water. Wow, that's kind of crazy. Okay, well, since it's just the water for right now, can I fill up any of our receptacles from here? Did I already use the bathtubs? There we go. Fill up the bucket on this side. Now that that's done, can we fill anything up over here? No, that has been used. But is there an upstairs bathroom? That's my next question. If there is, we may be able to utilize that to save ourselves a trip down to the river. And indeed there is. So let's go ahead and fill that up. We are going to be really, really overweight, but there's not much that I could do about it. Fill the bucket with water. And that's going to be the proverbial straw that breaks the camel's back, I think. The camel being moi. That was my roofing name. Everybody on the roof had their own nickname. Mine was Little Camel because I drank too much water. Once I got older, the nickname got kind of weird because I wasn't little anymore. I mean, I'm still kind of little. It just goes in terms of like stature and height. I'm pretty small, but still, I wasn't like a little kid anymore. And so it became like more demeaning than endearing. And so I think that's the point at which we like cut that off. It looks like the pot of water remains tainted. Can we purify that at all? Let's throw it onto the fire and see what we can do here, because I know that I have the ability to start fires. I'm pretty good at it. Let's go and grab one lighter. Did you grab one lighter? Okay, you did. And then we need some twigs. We'll grab all of those because they don't weigh much anyways. And on this side, we'll start another fire. So we'll light it with the twigs. Try and stay as far back as possible from it because I don't want to burn myself. And then we'll throw the pot of water on there. And if this purifies it, this is going to be super awesome. I'd also love to see a system in play where you could create a charcoal filter. And so what you can do is you can actually take charcoal and sand and you can layer them. And so you fill like a barrel, or you fill just about anything, to be honest, any cylindrical or any like receptacle, large anyways. It has to be a big one. And you could technically do it with trash bags too. So you could fill a trash can and you line it with a trash bag, and then you put holes in the bottom of the, I guess, holes in the bottom of the trash can, and then holes in the bottom of the water's not going to burn, right? Okay, so if I put that back in my inventory, it's not going to burn me, right? Okay, good. So we're all good right there. Let's go ahead and put out the fire so that we don't waste our fuel. And now that we have like a really reliable water source, we can go down to the river, we can boil off everything that we need. I think we're in really, really good shape. It's been 1 month, 5 days, and 8 hours. I think we got a little bit more time going on those potatoes before they're done, because the picture that I was personally seeing when we were going up into the farming menu. So for example, if you go right there, oh, these need to be watered. Well, I can handle that, little buddies. Let's go ahead and get you all going. I'm a little bit interested in what happens if I put down 50. Just like see the way that this whole thing works. But you know what? It hasn't rained in a little while, so I'm going to do all these spots right here. Actually, it looks like the graphic maybe gets a little bit darker. I can't tell. No, I don't think that it does. I thought for a second that maybe the graphic got a little bit darker. It looks like it AoE waters everything. I don't know. That or we used up all the water that was in the thing that we were using right now. Yeah, the bucket's out. Okay. Well then. I suppose in putting some of these things back in my inventory right now, I'm probably going to overweigh myself, but what I can do is I can clean these rags afterwards, because I need to have those taken care of. We used a lot of those to get rid of my burns, and so if we can clear off some of those, I think it would make for a better future in case we suffer any further wounds. And so let's get that going right there. It's probably going to take a lot of our water. Yeah, it's going to take a pretty decent amount of it, and then the rest we can apply to watering. So there we go. We're a little bit overweighed. Let's go ahead and water some of these. There we go. I do wish that there was an easier way to do this, like we could irrigate it somehow. The smartest decision and the best way to do this would actually be to go down by the river and just farm along the river's edge with the really, really thirsty plants like rice or whatever, and just hope that that works out. You can basically cut little ditches, so you can take your trowel and you can make little irrigation ditches for the water to flow out a little bit better. Find the downriver direction and just sort of have it like run off to the side. I realize that that's probably outside the breadth of what the game offers right now, but it's kind of what I'm thinking. Let's go find a random house and we'll fill these buckets on back up, and then we'll jump back out to here and we'll be all good and ready to go. The last thing that I wanted to do was potentially I wanted to make a back deck, and so maybe we'll work on that for a little while. That seems like a decent plan. But I'd like to refill the water first, I guess, because we're carrying around these pots and they're sort of like bestowing their weight upon us, and yet they're all empty, and so I would prefer they all be full. We'll put them back inside the cabinet so that if we need to drink later on, our alcoholism won't get the best of us. I think we'll probably go to this house right here. Seems like it's close. This is very, very easy to get all the water you need out of all the random faucets, especially since they developed a system now inside the game that causes them to sort of like drip water over time. And so the game used to suck really, really badly when water would run out if you had only gotten a couple things done, because the sinks and the faucets and things did not drip like they do now. I'll throw the bucket. Yep, that seems good. And the bathroom. Where's the bathroom at around here? Does your house not have one? There it is. We'll fill a couple pots of water right here. If we have to do it from the toilet, that's what we'll do. Desperate times and all that. It looks like the bathtub's going to do pretty well by us. In a survival situation, if you know that the water's going to go out, I can't recommend highly enough that you fill your bathtub up with water, you fill all your sinks with water, you fill the toilet and the cistern with water drawn from the bathtub if you can. It just depends how long you think you're going to go without water. A lot of people neglect that, and then they end up wanting when there's like a state of emergency or anything like that. It happens in other countries all the time. Just because it hasn't happened here yet does not mean that potentially infrastructure from an earthquake or whatever else could cause some serious problems with our ability to... I don't know where this zombie is. Oh, he's right there. God, that scared the hell out of me. Okay, let's throw that into our backpack real fast. That's one of the things that I was a little bit worried about. I'm going to equip the bat in both hands, and as a punishment for scaring me, you must be bludgeoned. And so step forth for your bludgeoning, sir. There it is. I do respect the beard, though. That's a very, very nice beard. I've been growing one myself, and it's kind of interesting how attached I've gotten to it over time. Like, the longer I have my beard and the longer the beard gets, the more it becomes just entrenched within my heart. It becomes an edifice of my daily life. Alright, so there's a couple more Zeds down. I could have every color of vest that I could ever want if I indeed wanted to collect the vest, but I don't. I don't really. Oh, good, the kitten blacked out again. He's like bent over my knee right now, just like... Totally unconscious. Every time I make a noise, he doesn't understand, though. He gets nervous. He's still in like that kitten phase where like random noises will scare him. Like any noise around the house, is sitting down a cup if he's never heard it before, will scare him, you know? Or like rustling through like a trash bag will scare the hell out of him. He just like is not used to noises yet, and it's kind of humorous. Throw some pots of water in there. We're looking really, really good for right now. Because we're self-sufficient, this would be the time where people would want to weigh in and like, is this what you all want to see me do from here on out? Like, this would be the time to weigh in and just sort of be like, should we abandon Project Zomboid and do something else? I'm not really interested in playing online because I can do that better in H1Z1. It's more entertaining that way. I mean, running around just waiting for somebody to shoot me in the face and kill me, I can do that in any number of games, and so it is what it is. We'll drop that in right there. Okay, good. The pot of water is looking nice. The bucket of water goes off to that side. But yeah, now would be the time that you would want to weigh in and be like, do we want this to continue? Do we want this to go on? Do we want to stop and do something else? I don't really have a whole lot of things lined up right now because game releases are a little bit suspect at the moment. Believe me when I say that. However, it doesn't mean that I couldn't rustle up an old game to play. I mean, there's always that. So, nonetheless, my name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here for the next episode of Project Zomboid. I will see you all later, ladies and gentlemen.